Hello everyone, my name is Jade Igwe and I'm a relational health educator focused on developmental and racialized trauma, here to help people on YouTube and my community heal from developmental and racialized trauma and abuse. So today we're going to be talking about 5 ways to overcome feeling of insufficient, as well as just talking about when your best isn't good enough, ways for you to feel better about your person so that you can keep moving. I think we don't really talk about enough the failures that especially on social media and online. Like, I think we constantly focus on highlight reels and constantly focus on, the climax of someone's life instead of seeing the years or the decades it took to get them to a point where they were able to succeed in that way. So yeah, make sure that you can share any advice that you have to help others that are going through something like this in the comments below. And yeah, we'll get started first with a little experience on my own end. Like, I've tried and failed at so many things in my life. I've had a startup. I got a degree in something that I'm not touching at all right now. I've tried so many different schools and programs when it comes to certificates. And I've spent a lot of my life honestly doing what I'm supposed to be doing instead of doing what I actually want to do with my life. And I think I'm coming to the realization that I feel like crap a lot of the times because I don't feel like I'm actually being successful at the things that I've decided to be successful at. And instead of actually me doing the things that I want to do and actually doing the things that feel good to do, I'm forcing myself to do these things that I think I'm supposed to do to make money, Now I'm in the process of grieving my past selves who felt such deep sorrow and regret for failing at things that were not likely going to be good for me in the long run. I'm now starting to see failure as feedback for me to refocus my energy and pivot towards something that feels good to do, and that I can gain success in not even semi quickly, but gain success in different ways. We're actually going to be talking about the different ways that I want to feel good whenever I'm doing stuff, instead of the basic successful traits that we're trained to look at. The first trait I'm going to be talking about that we can be using to overcome feeling insufficient is focus on skill building instead of immediate results. So instead of expecting every time, I'll use my YouTube channel right now. Instead of me trying to focus on getting as many views as possible, as quickly as possible, and getting monetized every single time I post a video, I'm skill building in that I'm trying to figure out how to publicly speak about a bit more efficiently, much better. I'm trying to figure out how to make videos more consistently. I'm trying to build skills and gain XP in the skills that are needed to become the YouTuber that I want to be in life. And I feel like the same thing can happen with really anything that you're working on. So instead of seeing, if you've been working at something for a month maybe, and you're not like Picasso as a painter, I feel like we're very used to and trained to getting immediate gratification, and we just have to kind of snap ourselves out of that when we're actually trying to do some real life work, get off our phones and do something real with our bodies, with our minds, with our jobs, whatever. It's just not that quick. You have to see it as gaining XP in a video game. Number 2 I want to talk about is focus on how you feel when you're doing it. So when you're working on whatever you want to work on, do you feel good as you're doing it? What parts of the activity do and don't feel good? What parts of your person does and doesn't feel good when you're doing it? Even if you want to be a professional surfer, but you don't like getting cold, are you going to, figure out whether or not that pain is worth it? Are you going to focus on how you feel when you're surfing and kind of ignore or find ways to mitigate when you feel so cold? Also, are you receiving a dopamine hit before and during you doing an activity? Are you actually feeling can you tell in your brain that your brain is excited when you're about to do something, or does it feel like a drag? Do you feel like you're just doing something because you have to? What would you do when you were a kid that you would do for fun, and not for the approval of anyone else? Can you find a way for these activities to help treat your inner child and heal your inner child or like engage your inner child to feel good in this activity. What did you like to do? Yeah, what did you like to do when you were fun? When you were younger for fun. And yeah, success follows passion. So be passionate about doing whatever you put your mind to and have fun doing it regardless of the initial results. Yeah, just try to have fun doing it. The third trait I want to talk about is imagine your life if you stuck to what you were working on for 1 to 3 years straight. I think something that I've kind of had to recognize is that I really feel like since I've been on social media for most of my life, like this instant gratification thing, like needing things now, immediately now, like seeing how things go viral, and I'm like, I want this to happen to me right now, right here, right now. I fail to actually like recognize the work that it can take and like what can happen if I just stick to something consistently for 1 to 3 years. I think the longest and like the biggest thing I've committed to in my life has been going to school and being able to get a bachelor's degree by the time I was 21. And ever since then, I've been kind of like, what now? I thought I was just supposed to win the lottery. Like, I thought I was just to just go and pool somewhere for the rest of my life. And now I have to like figure out how to set goals and like do things long term without a school system pushing me to like do things within a certain amount of time and like meet certain things. If you feel the same way, comment down below about like being raised on the internet and also being someone that's been in their 20s that is like coming into a place where they have to figure things out on their own now. But yeah, we're conditioned to seek immediate gratification and trying to heal from that. I'm trying to work on that, and I'm trying to commit to doing something for at least 1 to 3 years before I give up on it completely. And I hope you do the same thing too. I think that's going to help you think about stuff. And it's just not a 3-month thing. It's like, just stick to doing something for a few years and see what happens. The fourth trait, or the fourth thing that can help you feel good when you're not feeling your best, is pretend you're Sisyphus, because you low-key are. If you've heard of this, it's a Greek mythology story of this guy who was tasked with pushing a boulder up a hill that has to roll back down, like every day, like regardless of whether he'll pull it up and it has to go down, he's punished to do that for like 1,000 years or for eternity or something. And if you think about this, it's a story based on absurdity, but if you think about this, like all of this is kind of absurd. Like, we're working hard to die, I'm not entirely sure why I'm sure I'm learning because I shouldn't have to work to live for a little bit and then die. I should be living now. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, but it's all absurd. All of this is absurd. We should just make it up and have fun as we go. We're just gonna die. But pretending you're Sisyphus, every day, I was thinking this morning, I'm just gonna have a montage moment. Instead of, I saw this thing online that was whenever you're feeling bad or feeling hopeless or whatever, being able to pull out of yourself and see yourself as if you're in a movie, what would you be rooting for that character to do? And to me, when I was thinking about this morning, I was oh my gosh, I would just love it if I saw my character do a montage of her doing the same thing every day for a year straight, and then we'll check back in with her and see what she's like a year from now and see how she's feeling. That could be a tip that helps you. But yeah, that's something that I was just thinking about. And yeah. And the fifth trait that I want to talk about that can help you when it comes to feeling better about the things you're working on is redefining what success looks like to you. So instead of me judging my success on how many views, this is what I was talking about earlier, with my YouTube. It's how many views I get on each video. I know I'll feel successful personally when I've made 365 of these videos within the next year or two. And, hopefully then I can make 1,000 videos. And all in all, I want to have these videos be a chance for me to improve my skills regarding video making and gauging audience interest, as well as community building. I want to make sure every video I make, I'm improving at something. And that's my goal. Success doesn't have to be conventional ideas like how much money you made off of it, or like how many likes you got off of something, or like blah blah blah. Like success can look like you having a hobby that feels good when you do it, and not just by how much money you're making. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share anything in the comments below that you think could help others as they are trying to feel better, trying to feel more successful. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye.